President David Granger pledges his government's support for training of local media workers. He also encourages the local media corps to continue honoring the pillars of journalism. The president was speaking at the recently hosted Presidential Media Brunch. On this InfoHub Extended, we take a look at the event and some of the main points highlighted by the head of state. The APNU-AFC Coalition Administration, headed by His Excellency President David Granger, continues to support press freedom, freedom to circulate without censorship, freedom of information and freedom of speech. As such, the head of state pledges government's continued support for training for local journalists and media workers. This year, as the Guyana Press Association, GPA, celebrates its 75th anniversary as being a guardian of democracy, President Granger labels it a year of preparation and celebration. In this regard, His Excellency reiterates government's support of the GPA, which heads the fourth pillar of democracy.
I have always insisted that journalists must receive education in journalism. And the money is available. I hope Nazima picks it up. I don't know if she's aware, if she did pick it up. And if she's aware that the money is available to facilitate training, seminars, symposia, workshops in journalism. But education is important, and I would like to feel that everyone entering the profession of journalism is given some training, education, schooling in the principles of journalism. You can't go into a profession, and journalism is a profession, without knowledge.
On January 6, 2019, His Excellency hosted the local media corps at his annual media brunch at State House and used the opportunity to encourage members of the media to honor their obligation to the pillars of journalism, which are thoroughness, accuracy, fairness and transparency. President Granger, who founded the Guyana Review News magazine in 1992 and served as its managing editor, urged media workers to ensure accuracy in their reports at all times.
You don't publish and then beg pardon. So fact-checking is an important element in your social responsibility, accuracy in your social responsibility. And I would ask that, especially this year, editors employ persons to check facts before reckless statements are made, of course, which could be harmful to individuals and the public at large.
The annual media brunch, hosted by President Granger and his wife, Mrs. Sandra Granger, aims to improve the relationship between the media and the state and encourage better relations among the local media fraternity. On January 6th, in spite of returning from the Republic of Cuba just days before January 1st, after another round of treatment for non-Hodgkin lymphoma, which he was diagnosed with last year, President Granger attended the annual media event in good spirits. This would mark his first interaction with the media since being diagnosed with the disease. He used the opportunity to thank the media for its coverage, specifically for their sensitivity towards his illness within the last month.
I'd also like to thank the entire press corps, particularly for the sensitive handling of my disease over the last 2.5 months. I think something like that could have led to a lot of speculation. I was very heartened by the tenderness, if you want to say, the sensitive handling of the information.
As he celebrated with the media on Sunday, the president presented them with commemorative pins and coins to mark the 75th anniversary of the GPA. In the meantime, speaking of the importance of accountability, His Excellency issued a call for the GPA to ensure the third principle of journalism, self-regulation, is practiced by its members.
The association is a guild, and persons who don't conform to the values and standards of the guild are sanctioned, not by government, not by the courts, the police, but by their peers. And the association is meant to regulate the behavior of journalists and to prevent them from excesses. And that is why I have so much faith in the Press Association. And that's why I will continue to support the Press Association, because it is the best way of ensuring that journalists conform to internationally recognized journalistic standards. It must survive, it must do its work, and you'll receive our support for that.
The Guyana Press Association remains one of the oldest associations of its kind in the Caribbean, and according to veteran journalist and current chairman of the state-owned National Communications Network Incorporated, ENRICO WOLFORD, its principles and message of balanced reporting and truth without feelings remains paramount.
So in reporting the news, it is equally important from the Guyana Press Association point of view to report the truth, because at all times, facts sometimes merely mark the point where we allow investigation to cease. The news media, therefore, must investigate rather than regurgitate. In being investigative, we are closer to arriving at the truth based on facts at our disposal and the scientific process by which we arrive at those facts, divested of feelings, attitudes, culture, and traditions.
GPA's first female president, Nazima Ragbir, says the association welcomes the engagement, which has become an annual feature. She took time to wish the president the best of health. Noting that World Press Freedom Day will be observed in Ethiopia this year at an annual UNESCO-sponsored event, Ragbir assures that the GPA is committed to ensuring its members practice professional, ethical, and responsible journalism.
The challenges we face in the Caribbean, and particularly Guyana, are no different from what our colleagues around the world face. However, our freedom to express ourselves and the right to work and practice our craft is guaranteed and ought to be respected by everyone. With that freedom comes great responsibility, and the GPA remains committed to ensuring that its members and media workers are equipped with the necessary tools to practice professional, ethical, and responsible journalism. In these rather eventful times, we have to ensure that we remain independent, factual, and that our work cements social cohesion rather than fracture it. More than ever, our work is being relied upon. Guyana continues to navigate through uncharted waters, finding herself, repositioning her economic power, and we have a major role in any introspection she's doing now or she does in the future. Once again, we look forward to mutually beneficial relations with all stakeholders interested in a stronger, more professional media corps in Guyana.
Also, to mark this year's anniversary, President Granger agreed that some form of publication should be done to commemorate the occasion. In this regard, he again pledged government support.
I'm committed to providing assistance to help you to publish your history of the Press Association. I would like to ask that we take up Enrico's suggestion, and there are a lot of articles and essays about the press in Guyana over the last 74 years, the ups and downs, the difficulties, and I would like to pledge government support to publish some form of history so that young entrants into the profession could understand what you went through over the last 75 years. So let us work towards some form of history of the Guyana Press Association, and you could look forward to government support.
The media brunch was attended by representatives of several news agencies, private and public, and government ministers.
This has been InfoHub Extended. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
Being diagnosed with HIV can be difficult.
Lizzie, my dear.
But there is hope.
Thanks, buddy.
Think positively. Medications are easy to take and will get the virus under control.
You are not alone.
Wait for me!
You will be educated about treatment. It is important to know names and not just the color of medication. NGOs and government care and treatment sites have workers available to help you learn about the pills. You are in control. Life is to be enjoyed, and HIV does not have to take your joy.